Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. So, Jesus Christ has dealt with, completely and conquered darkness and the authority or rule of darkness. And has made us worthy to receive the glorious inheritance freely given to us by living in the light. That's Colossians 1:13 in that Passion Translation. Once we attach ourselves to Jesus, and how easy is that? Pretty easy. Because when Jesus was calling his disciples, let me see if I can get there real fast. I love the Amplified Translation, because when he calls them, it defines that calling. Oh, come on. Maybe it's in Matthew. I'm sorry. I should have had this in my notes, but it was not. It didn't come to me in my notes. Oh, goodness, I don't want to waste our time. But in the Amplified, it would say, come follow me and side with me. And that's what it means. Just that simple. When you side with Jesus, you become on his party. Let's see. Okay. This is not the fullness of it, but it gives that view. So in Mark chapter 1, when Jesus called 4 disciples, Jesus said to them, "Come to me, be my disciples, and I'll make you become fishers of men." And at once they left their nets, and yielding up all claim to them, they followed him, joining him as disciples and siding with his party. I wanted to get that wording because in the beginning, when God placed mankind in the garden and he set the boundaries, right? Don't eat of this tree. And then Satan came in and deceived Eve into eating the tree, and her husband, who was also there with her, right? But that's not the point of today's video. What I want you to see is that when they heard the voice of the enemy, they chose to side with him. And so that's how easy it is. It's just a choice. And so we now, because of Jesus Christ, have the ability. Now let's go back to Colossians 1:20. And by the blood of his cross, everything in heaven and earth is brought back to himself, back to its original intent, restored to innocence again. And so that's where we are. Because of the blood of Jesus Christ, we can now side with him, follow him, agreeing with his way of doing and being right and the example that he gave us to live. So siding with Jesus makes us worthy, because remember, the redemptive work of Jesus Christ was all the plan of God. And so now we have been made worthy to receive God's goodness lavished upon us. Colossians 1:12 in the Amplified, which we read 13. It says, "Giving thanks to the Father who has qualified and made us fit to share in the portion which is the inheritance of the saints." If you have submitted your life to the Lordship of Jesus Christ, It's not that you made yourself worthy. It's not anything that you did. God has qualified you because of the blood of Jesus. And sometimes it's really hard for us to accept that because, again, it's humility in a prideful way that we've not gotten to the point where we could be qualified. No, when you side with Jesus, God qualifies you and makes you fit. So that what we're going to talk about the next few days is all of these benefits and the goodness of God is for you. He's not wrath with you anymore. There's no anger burning towards you. When he looks at you, when he looks at me, if I'm in Jesus, he doesn't see any of that filth anymore. He has qualified and he has made us fit. And we have to meditate on those things because the accuser, which we're going to get into tomorrow, does not want you to know and understand the power in the work that Jesus has done. Because as long as he can keep you in a place of not good enough, working to achieve, and unworthy, he knows that we'll never walk in the places that God has called us to walk. And not just in the places, but in the way in which he's called us to walk. We'll pick up here tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye, y'all.